Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachak Kodash. Double honors to the Apostle and Elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to all full elect. Names that you just heard me say, they are the true names of the Heavenly Father and the Son. In the ancient Hebrew, Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God. Yahweh Shai is the true name of the Son of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. In this lesson, I want to get into how we have to remember that we have spiritual protection at all times. I'm going to play a clip from a TV show that I used to watch, which is still a good TV show to watch. It went on for 15 years. Personally, I would recommend watching from season 1 to 5. That's really when it was at its peak. The show's called Supernatural, right? But I would recommend watching from season 1 to 5. That's when the show was really good. It went on for 15 seasons. From season 6 to 15, there may have been some good seasons in there, but for me personally, it just wasn't it. Also, the same director or writer, whatever, Eric Kripke, who was the director for The Boys, was the same guy for Supernatural. Now, if you know about The Boys, you don't got to worry. There's no type of energy and things like that in The Boys in this show. There's not that type of stuff here. It's a totally different show. But I'm going to play this clip just to remind us, right, that always remember that we have spiritual protection. You know, a lot of people in the world will rely upon carnal protection, whether it be protection from their friends, whether it be protection from a weapon, a gun. But we have the perfect and ultimate protection, which is spiritual protection from on high, from the Heavenly Father, who his name is Yahweh and the Son's name is Yahweh Shai. So I'm going to play this clip.
Dean.
What?
You must understand why I can't intercede. Prophets are very special. They're protected.
I get that.
If anything threatens a prophet, anything at all, an archangel will appear to destroy that threat. Archangels are fierce. They're absolute. They're heaven's most terrifying weapon.
These archangels are tied to prophets?
Yes.
So if a prophet is in the same room as a demon,
then the most fearsome wrath of heaven would rain down on that demon. Just so you understand why I can't help.
And so you see these TV shows, they have, these directors, whether film directors, TV directors, they have an understanding to a degree of the Bible. So they read the scriptures in order to, to go into these type of things. So you see here, this guy, his name is Castiel, and the character that was speaking was Dean. He was explaining to him how prophets have essentially angels, which he says archangels specifically, but they have angels tied to them, right? Meaning that if anything was to threaten that prophet at all, an archangel will come to protect that prophet from that threat. And that is written of in the scriptures. So when the times come, yes, we may go through certain things, but for some of us, the Lord is going to have angels to protect us and keep us out of harm's way. So that way we don't have to rely upon carnal means, like I was saying earlier. Because when all hell breaks loose, when Jacob's trouble, we're in the thick of Jacob's trouble, people who don't have the protection of the Heavenly Father are going to look upon carnal means. But the Heavenly Father has given us spiritual means of protection. And this is Psalm 34 and verse 7. It reads, "The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them." See? So the Heavenly Father has angels around us because we fear the Heavenly Father, right? So therefore, when the time comes, the Heavenly Father is going to have those angels, whether it be in various means, whether they manifest themselves, however it happens, that they're going to show themselves, or however manipulate the elements or manipulate things to where they're going to protect us and keep us safe and keep us out of harm's way. Let's move on to the next precept. This is Psalm 91 and verse 11. For he, which is speaking about the Heavenly Father through his Son, shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. See, this is another means of showing you that the Heavenly Father is going to send his angels to protect his servants, the prophets, to keep them safe, to keep them out of harm's way, right? And in that same clip, which, again, fair use as well, fair use, I'll put in the description box as well. And when you watch that episode, I believe this is the 4th season. Yeah, I believe that was the 4th season. Yeah, it was the 4th season. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I have my memories correct. That was the 4th season that later on, you know, they get into all the other stuff, mentioning Lilith and things like that. So you got to take this show with a grain of salt. I mean, you got to take a lot of these shows with a grain of salt, or lack thereof salt. But Lilith and Sam are in the same room, and then Dean brings the prophet Chuck there in the same room as the demon. And then, you know, the effect of the room starts shaking up. Outside starts getting white, like a white light around it, basically showing the angel's presence that, hey, there's a demon in the same room as a prophet. So basically that angel's going to get activated, you see? So it's the same thing. Well, let me not say the same thing, but we can expect, just to give an illustration, that when the time comes that, hey, however it happens, that an angel is going to pop up. Maybe some people may come after you, right? Esau is going to put bounties on their head, whatever means they ask to try and capture us, whether he uses his own troops or forces to capture us or puts a bounty on their head. And that angel very well can manifest themselves. And hey, I believe it's written of in the Apocrypha, just drawing my memory, bringing my memory back. I believe that was the situation with Heliodorus. He came there to take the money, and then I believe it was 3 angels, if I'm not mistaken. They popped up, they manifested themselves, and beat up Heliodorus. You see, so if people come against us, you know, Lord's willing, we be a part of that luck. Lord's willing, we be the men of the Heavenly Father. The Heavenly Father's going to have those angels manifest themselves and pop up and defend us and keep us safe. And this is in 2 Kings. I'm going to get this last precept here in 2 Kings chapter 6 and verse 8. Then the king of Syria warred against Israel, and took counsel with his servants, saying, in such and such a place shall be my camp. And the man of God, which is Elisha, sent unto the king of Israel, saying, beware that thou pass not such a place, for thither the Syrians are come down. So he was warning the king, hey, don't go in this certain area, because the Syrians are planning to set up shop there. And the king of Israel sent to the place which the man of God told him, and warned him of, and saved himself there, not once nor twice. Right? So he took heed to Elisha's warning. Therefore the heart of the king of Syria was sore troubled for this thing, and he called his servants and said unto him, will ye not show me which of us is for the king of Israel? He's asking, basically the king of Syria is asking, which of you is the traitor? Which of you is letting the king of Israel, letting him know of my plans? Because how is he escaping my grasp like this? And one of his servants said, none, my lord, O king, but Elisha the prophet, that is in Israel, telleth the king of Israel the words that thou speakest in thy bedchamber. So the servants let it be known that it's Elisha that's pretty much ratting you out. And he said, go and spy where he is, that I may send and fetch him. So he wanted to capture Elisha. And it was told him, saying, behold, he is in Dothan. Therefore sent he thither horses and chariots, and a great host, and they came by night and compassed the city about. And when the servant of the man of God was risen early and gone forth, behold, an host compassed the city both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, alas, my master, how shall we do? And he answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they. Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. And Elisha prayed and said, Yahweh, I pray thee, open his eyes, open Elisha's servant's eyes, that he may see. And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw. And behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. See? So they had angels, because if there are chariots, which we know those chariots are what are identified today as UFO, or called today as UFOs. If there are chariots around Elisha, right, as it says previously in Psalm 34:7, the angel of the Lord encamped around them that fear him, right? So Elisha is a man of God, right? So he feared the Heavenly Father. And what he had angels, which these chariots, right, which the angels are inside these chariots, they were around them. So at any point, if the story had went a little differently and those men had came and attacked, this story would have been written a little differently, and them angels would have probably came down and attacked those men that were encamped in the city, ready to take Elisha and his servant. So it shows you again, going back to Psalm 34:7, the angel of the Lord encamped around about them that fear him and delivered them. See, going back even to just this description here in this show, just getting the specific.
Angels are tied to prophet.
Archangels are fierce.
I get that.
Yeah.
Right. That, hey, we have angels that are around us protecting us, right? And like this guy here, the angel Castiel in this show says,
You must understand why I can't intercede. Prophets are very special. They're protected.
I get that.
right? So prophets of the Lord, right? The elect, right? Not just the prophets, but those who are of the elect, that consists of the prophets, yes, but also the men, women, and children, right? Who are elected to receive salvation are special. You are special to the Heavenly Father.
Anything threatens a prophet. Anything at all. An archangel will appear to destroy that threat.
So, if anything in the time of Jacob's trouble, right, was to threaten you at all, the Heavenly Father is going to send an angel, like it said in Psalm 91. He will have his angels. My bad, let me just get it for exactly what it says. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. So that angel, any threat that comes towards you, the angel will what? NLT, for he will order his angels to protect you wherever you go. So wherever we go during the time of Jacob's trouble, that angel will be there to protect us.
Archangels are fierce. They're absolute. They're heaven's most terrifying weapon.
So the angels of the Heavenly Father are terrifying weapons. They're terrifying beings. So if anything was to threaten a special person of the Heavenly Father, an elect of the Heavenly Father.
These archangels are tied to prophets?
Yes.
So if a prophet is in the same room as a demon,
Then the most fearsome wrath of heaven would rain down on that demon.
So whatever we go through in the time of Jacob's trouble, if any harm or threat comes to us, then the fearsome wrath of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, will rain down upon anybody that tries to touch us, whether that be of our own people or Esau Edom. So just want to give some encouragement through there. And Lord's willing, this video has been edifying. In ending, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem Racha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to all for elect. Shalom.